People have always looked to others to provide solutions for problems they could not solve on their own. That's how we've survived for centuries, how value is created, and how industry works. And when it comes to your body, the health and fitness industry is no different. Or is it? In any relationship like this, why is the foundation that all other things are built upon. First, why you started talking to that person, then why you decided that they were worthy of your trust, and finally, why you wanted to give them the most precious thing you have, your time. Your hours, days, weeks, months, years, time that you can never get back. This is what's asked for and what should be provided when it comes to your health, exchanging high-value solutions in exchange for your most precious asset, your time. Time is our most precious resource. And here's what I've learned over the past 20 plus years in the health, human performance, sports medicine, and strength and conditioning industries I've been involved with. It's us, the professionals, who owe you, the patient, the client, the athlete, the employee, and even the first responder, an apology. And it's me who owes you, these industries, an apology. I've been so busy building courses, creating companies, and educating and training endless amounts of people that I forgot about my why. It doesn't matter if you, the patient, client, athlete, employee, take me back, or that you, the professional in personal training, physical therapy, athletic training, sports medicine, massage therapy, or just about anyone in the field of human movement forgives me. It needs to be said so that I can right a wrong, redirect the ship, and have my head finally rest well on my pillow at night. So this is my apology letter, blog, podcast, however you see it, whatever you want to call it, to you. Dear athlete, I'm sorry for not taking the time to fully understand your physical situation, your body's limitations, imbalances, and restrictions, knowing that your body, your story is unique, but still training you with generic programs, for judging you by your vertical jump, speed, time, agility, velocity, strength, sit-ups and push-ups, just about anything when it comes to what your body can do, and never evaluating the body that's responsible for doing it. For making you believe that it's the shoes, the ball, the bat, the club, the equipment, that is responsible for your success, when it's really your body that's responsible for performing the task you need, using the skills you learned, and making the plays you make that leads to your success, to you being the best version of you. For stretching, mobilizing, and lengthening everything equally, creating a more flexible imbalance because I had not taken the time to evaluate your movements, your joints, your body, you. For strengthening your body without accounting for its asymmetries and just making a stronger, more misaligned body that ultimately led to your injury. For telling you to hold your knee out, shift to your left or right, do this or do that, making you consciously correct a movement when sport and injuries, they happen in milliseconds. At that time, the body is 100% subconscious, doing what it needs to do to perform. Finally, forgive me. Forgive me for devoting countless years, spending countless dollars, and attending countless courses to give you the same program as everyone else, but expecting you to be one of the best in the world. But thank you. Thank you for teaching me so much about injuries, not just being reactive, but the power in being proactive. And that led me to build kinesics to prevent injuries before they happen. Because when the most you can do becomes the least you can do, and you ask the body to do more than it is capable of, you get hurt. And what I really learned is no matter how great you are, injuries have a three-dimensional cause, but more importantly, have a three-dimensional effect: physical, mental, and emotional. Dear patient, I'm sorry for focusing on the pain that had the person and not the person that had the pain. For forgetting the body is a system of systems. Everything is interconnected. No one joint works alone, so why treat it that way? For thinking my time is more important than yours, having you wait weeks to see me, then hours to meet me, and only spending 10 minutes with you. For giving you a sheet of black and white images with instructions and thinking that you could do my job just as well as I can. For knowing that education changes situations, then just handing you over to a lesser version of me without the same level of education and thinking they could understand your situation. For treating you for your problem, treating you as a knee, a hip, a shoulder, a back, a neck, and not as a you. For forgetting your body is built the same as any athlete out there, but letting your age and limitations define what I do and not your goals. For not taking the time to get to know you, truly evaluate and understand the body that you have, not just the problem you have, so that I can fix the alignment issue and not just change the tire that blew. For forgetting that doctor in Latin means to educate. Your body educating me so that I can ultimately educate and empower you. But thank you. Thank you for believing in me and that I can solve your problem, and showing me no two bodies are the same. So therefore, no two training and therapy plans should be either, for not letting me forget how I can truly change lives. Dear client, I'm sorry for selling you a training package asking you to spend your money on me when I haven't spent any of my time on you, for not understanding how stressful your life is and how hard change can be when you have so many jobs, caring for so many people, carrying so many loads, when most typically all I have to worry about is me. For thinking one certification, a few weeks of education would give me the knowledge I needed to help you, when all it did was give me just enough to hurt you. For letting you blame your age, saying, I guess that's a part of getting old, when there are so many half your age with your same physical problems. For letting you think that you need to lose weight to get healthy, when what you really need to do is to get healthy to lose weight. For never taking the time to evaluate you and understand your body's limitations in flexibility, mobility, and strength, then expecting you to get results from cookie cutter programs like everybody else. For telling you what to do and how to do an exercise, rather than empowering you with why you should or shouldn't based on your body and your abilities. For knowing there's no right or wrong exercise, there's just a right or wrong exercise for that person at that time, and still giving you the same program as everybody else. For not setting objective, measurable goals because I didn't want to hold myself accountable for you making progress, so I couldn't hold you accountable. For being a rep counter. For seeing you for who you are and letting that define you, and not seeing you for who you were meant to be. But thank you. Thank you for teaching me that everyone has a unique story that leads to a unique body, and that should lead to a unique plan. A plan that allows them to invest time in their health, not just spend time on it. And if I provide that plan and invest in you, then you too will invest in me. Dear employee, I'm sorry for calling it a high-risk job, because I hadn't accounted for the risk your body had to have to perform that job. So now I realize when you put a high-risk person in a normal risk job, it becomes high risk. For labeling you as an injury, a diagnostic code, a workers' comp case, when what you really are is a person trying to provide for your family and your company. For thinking risk management and employee wellness were two different things. For failing to realize it's not the job, but your body that needs to do the job that can relate to injuries, and I can fix that if only I take the time to evaluate you being proactive, not reactive. For taking so long to realize that the only asset a company has that appreciates in value year over year, it's its employees. So why not invest in their health? For not protecting you, but protecting the bottom line. For knowing erosion happens before you see it, and so does the body's flexibility, mobility, and function, but then doing nothing about it. For knowing that companies have solutions for investing in technology and equipment, in facilities, everything except solutions for investing in you. And I'm sorry it's taken so long to introduce myself and my company Kinesics to you. But thank you. Thank you for showing me that any given time an employee can get hurt and go from being an employee to a patient and back to an employee again. So we better have baseline data on how your body moves. Or when it comes to an injury, we have to guess because we haven't taken the time to assess. Dear first responder, our tactical athlete, I'm sorry for using Kinesics to protect million-dollar athletes, but for so long not giving you, our first responders and military, the same opportunity to stay injury-free and perform at your best as we give to them. For not teaching you, the cadet, the sworn responder, the person behind the gun, the badge, the shield, how to take care of your body throughout your career, when we know that most mental problems actually come from physical pain. For treating you, the cadet, like all others treated me, by equipping me with everything you needed to take care of your car, your truck, fire hoses, firehouses, guns, technologies, ammo, everything except your body. For thinking recruiting and retention were two different things, when all you wanted to do was do your job, to fulfill your purpose and live with passion. For realizing that when you're in pain, you make bad decisions and you end up on a camera or in a coffin. For thanking you for your years of service by having you retire and go through years of pain like a horse put out to pasture. For making your problem no longer my problem. For thinking physical health and mental health are independent of one another when what they are in fact are one and the same. But thank you. Thank you for allowing me into your world to see that so much up to this point is about the latest and greatest and what you drive, what you wear, what you use, what you do. But so little is about taking care of the person that does it. For giving me purpose by showing me the potential that companies like mine, Kinesics, has to transform this landscape to finally treat you like the million-dollar athlete that you are. Finally, dear health, fitness, and human performance industry, I'm sorry for labeling myself with countless degrees, titles, certifications, and thousands of hours of continuing education to put a bunch of letters after my name, only so that I could define the people I work with by labeling them an athlete, a patient, a client, an employee, when they're all really the same. Someone who wants to reach a goal, to reach their true physical potential, and needs us to get there. For letting us label and judge athletes by level of skill, patients by an isolated injury, clients by one ambiguous goal, employees by what they do in their job. For forgetting it's really simple. It all comes down to getting the right muscles working in the right order at the right time. For not teaching you that someone's injuries, lack of health, physical limitations, inabilities, and insecurities, it becomes their identity. They let it define them. And our main job as a professional in any domain of health, fitness, human performance, human movement is to give them hope, breaking those identifiers to change their identity. For allowing us to label ourselves by attaining titles based on the problems we think we can solve, personal trainers, massage therapists, strength and conditioning coaches, and athletic trainers, physical therapists, and even doctors. For letting us forget that when it really comes down to it, what we really are human movement professionals. We are solving problems and breaking identities, giving people a chance to break free from self-imposed limitations and rediscover their true physical potential in who they are and what they were meant to be, to live a life without limits. And finally, I'm sorry for hiding all these years, for building companies, technologies, courses, programs, and products that help so few when my expertise put out there could have helped so many. For ignoring everyone who saw in me what I could not see in myself, all the corporations I worked with, C-level executives, professional athletes and organizations, and countless professionals in our field who continually told me I had more to give, more to share, more to become. For being afraid of judgment, afraid of you, afraid of where life was taking me, afraid of taking the risk but wanting the reward. But thank you. Thank you for not giving up on me. For reminding me what I tell the graduation classes I speak to in our industry, we are not titles, labels, degrees, and certifications that we assign to ourselves from predetermined educational paths that were predetermined for us. We are human movement professionals attempting to repair, restore, rehabilitate, and re-engineer the most sophisticated machine on the planet, the human body. And every one of them is different, unique in their own way. Each person we work with has a unique story that led to a unique body that needs a unique plan. And that aligns with their unique why. Their why is unique to them. And one thing I came to realize as professionals, so is ours. When I came to health, wellness, fitness, and performance, for years I helped others find their why. Other people, professionals, corporations, and organizations. So whether you're a patient, athlete, client, or employee, or someone who works with them, find your why, hold on to it. You'll need it when life gets hard and you get tired. Remember your purpose, why you're here, because that's the only way to unlock the best version of yourself so that you can empower others to unlock theirs. For too long, I let fear of failure dictate my actions, blaming everyone and everything except myself, seeing and being the flaws in this industry and doing nothing about it. And in doing so, I realized I wasn't just failing myself, I was failing you. I held back, keeping my companies like Kinesics and Fit from reaching their true potential, and in turn, I held me back from reaching mine, and most importantly, held you back from reaching yours. For that, I'm sorry. But that time is over, because now I truly realize that what I need to do, where you, me, my company like Kinesics needs to go, and what my brand needs to be. I realize I have a lot to do to make it up to you. And that realization is that all this time, it wasn't you, it was me.